Okay, hello, and welcome to my channel. We are down here in my little section of my man cave I call the War Room, and getting ready for a game with an opponent on Central America. And I'm doing what's called my little military exercises, and I've gone through this a few times and had to make some corrections. And that's why, like I said in that one video, you call them exercises. You learn how to play the game. This is the final setup right here. We've gone through the sequence of play. Unfortunately or fortunately, we've had a couple corrections. Number one, this group of Contra insurgents I set up over here on this hex for some reason. Like I said, I blame bad eyesight, but they really go there. And another thing is, you'll see here, if your insurgency units, if they don't move, you place those insurgency reserve markers on there. So that's why you can see those orange markers. That means in an upcoming phase, they get 2 chances to move. Another thing is that CIA helicopter that has both transport and attack capability can only land at those 2 spots. So those are the only two CIA spots. Underneath that CIA marker with the 2 units underneath it is a helicopter and I think an entrenchment marker, or it might be a supply depot. Let's see here. Oh, it's entrenchment. So entrenched is entrenchment marker at that airfield. They got entrenchments. It's a fortified airfield. It's got a Chinook. It must have a machine gun or some rockets on it because it's got an offensive capability. But he can only land there. And to have that helicopter used in the battle down here, he would have to already be landed on that entrenchment spot. But it's against the rules for him to be there, so he can't land there anyway, so he won't be able to contribute to the attack that's upcoming from the Sandinistas and their insurgents. Like I said, that pencil's there because we do have another unit coming on. Oh, game turn 1 for me. That'll be a helicopter and a supply depot, I believe, and he's got to be deployed in Honduras, which is north of this marker right here. There's the border, but he has to be deployed east of that at a what is that? At a air base. So that's about it. This Honduran unit is took a step loss. He is not at full strength, and he is out of supply until move number 4. He'll be back in supply. So this is only a 4-turn game. We have gotten everything set up, and basically what you do with these games is just go through the rule book and start going through the sequence of play. Now, how I've missed the insurgency reserve markers, I'm not sure, but as long as you do what you're supposed to do, don't blame the game designers. It's usually player error. So we're getting it down pat. Let me take a break here, and we're getting ready to play. Now, I did get a hold of my opponent and told him, for all intents and purposes, I think we got everything down pat for this, or I do for this scenario. Like I said, it's only a 4-turn scenario. Now, in my game, the Sandinista player was able to raise these insurgents right here. It's a matter of luck on a die roll, so he might not be able to. And like I said, my most logical place to put him was there to prevent an escape. They don't want to escape because that's the whole game right there, that hex for victory points. But we are getting ready to commence with the first attack. And I think, like I said, we got everything up to date and ready to go. It's been a few stumbles along the way, but like I said, this is a practice game, and it took a few readings of the rules. But like I said, as long as you do what they say in the sequence of play, and you go over everything, you'll be all right. Now, there are a couple caveats, especially with these CIA units. And there's always the Southern Airway supplies you wouldn't have known about unless you keep on reading through the rules and supply sources and all that. But we're ready to go. When we come back, we'll be removing these markers, and the storyline is during the Easter holiday or some kind of Easter break, the Sandinistas launched the attack. So that's what's going on. We're down here in Nicaragua, getting ready to jump on over into Honduras over the border. And there's a Cuban general advising him, so he's the one that came up with this plan to get rid of these pesky insurgents. I don't know if they know there's, well, not pesky regulars, there's regular Contras there, but there are the insurgents nearby, and we will get to them when it comes to my phase. And I also have a, I could use the CIA helicopter, but that'll be for bombardment or offensive combat support when it comes to my turn, if we survive the first turn of the communist. We'll be back. All right, then, getting ready for the combat. I just want to make another note, though. The old Contras at the base with that deployment of those insurgents. When it comes time for my phase, my very first phase is the supply. They will be out of supply. Unluckily for the communist player, he don't get to apply that modifier right now. They're in supply, but when it comes to my turn, we can't get some way out of there. We will not be able to attack. We will have our movement halved and our defense strength halved, I think. So yeah, looking good. The when I play my opponent, if he gets to deploy those insurgency units, all he has is 2 insurgency command points. So the maximum he can get is 2, which are the ones that I placed down there. It was successful on my die rolls. Don't know if he'll be on his, but yeah, that definitely will render them out of supply. We're going to add up attacker and defender combat factors, and then we're going to go over here in this cool combat results table. And you can see everything falls under terrain first, then you go from there. But it's got a good little system. Been watching old Gilbert Collins, and he's enamored. I guess we all go through our phases. So right now I'm going through my, well, I was going through my naval phase, my Pacific War phase, and carries on with this. But he has a game called Friedrich, and lo and behold, Cody Carlson has that as his number one. I want to say 18th century game, but yeah, it looks really good, and it's got a unique system. So yeah, a little shout out to Gilbert and Cody Carlson on that Friedrich. It's a boring game, and I don't know how you go about getting it, but yeah, that was an interesting watch. Also, what was I going to say? The Steam sale. And I don't know if anybody watched this in time, but that Steam sale is only going on for right now. I'm looking at the clock; it only goes on for a couple more hours, and I got to get online because I got to buy. Been kind of fidgeting, wanted to go if I should blow my budget, but I think it's only like $20, and it's like a $30-$40 game. You almost can't pass it up, and it's called Carrier Attack or Carrier Strike. It's really good. Looks really good. They got some really good games in there. They got a Civil War game in there. I guess I'll wait till the next sale. I don't know if I want to spend that much today, but it's a really good game too. I think it's called Strategic Command Civil War. That looks fabulous. That looks really good. And these are some pretty intricate games, but the thing of it is, that's the reason why I'm not pulling the trigger on these buys. I got so many games now. I bought a bunch of those games from Hexsim. I got a bunch of them, so we've been fighting, what is it? The Napoleonics with Hougoumont, the 100 Years War with Hexsim. We just got done with Warriors of God. We got the old Lanzerath. We just got too much stuff going on here, so I'm not even worried about making that deadline in a couple hours. But yeah, it's a game fest over here. And like I said earlier, having more fun than a human being should be allowed to have, I think is what the quote is. I misquoted last time, and that was from my good old buddy, Rush Limbaugh. But anyway, before I lose viewers, we'll be back. Getting ready for the attack. Alright, let's get on with it then. We'll add up the attacker's attack values. Insurgency units and insurgency reserve can attack. So it'll be a 2. I'm pretty sure you have 9 here. Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I was right about that. My memory served me correctly. 8, 9. Now he's got a couple more units up here though from our last mess up. 10 and 11. So he will have a total of 11 combat factors. One short of the 12 he needs to make it a 3-1. Oh, and he will verse. He's going against 4. Oh, see there. Those are 2 numbers back there. The 2s. 1 attack, 2 defense. Top number 4 is movement. So, what did we say he had? 11 to 4. That's still just a 2-1. So, we'll go over here. First thing to look for is his terrain. Get you out of this. Press pause real quick. Alrighty. So you got this terrain here. It's forest. We'll go over here to the 2-1 spot. I already got this marked from the last time we had the battle, but and this is your initial combat ratio. Now that ratio will be, the column will shift left to right for certain modifiers. And we got them here. Ground combat column shifts and die roll modifiers. There's already with them, engineers, special forces. Now there are insurgents, but none of the insurgents are special forces. There's a tank, attack helicopter, RCIA early warning ground unit. They'll give you shifts, but they don't meet any of that criteria. So we will keep it here with the initial ratio 2-1. We will put the current combat ratio on top of that. So no column shifts for just combat. Alright, now we'll go down here and we're ready to roll. We will have us some die roll modifiers though. -2 if all attacking are across the river hex side. They're not. There's one that is attacking across the river. I believe that's this one right here. Let me see if I can get this out of the way. Yeah. He's coming across the river, but his modifier is negated by his comrades that are not across the river. So there you go. We will get a -2 though for our entrenchment. So there you go. City or town. And that's another thing. Earlier when I deployed these Sandinistas over in Honduras, they're allowed to do that, but if you deploy them in a town or any population center, they have to have combat. So the locals put up a fight, I guess. Alright. Now it's a town report, an insurgency unit is included, so that makes that -1 in defense. We would have got another one, so it's still -2. That would have made it -3, but that doesn't count. Each bombardment point delivered, maximum of 3. We don't have none of those coming in yet. No air support. But they do have this, an insurgency unit is included in the attacker, so that -2 will only be a -1 on the die roll. We're ready to go here with our first combat. And we'll get us a big old die. Which one does anybody like better? Is there a difference? You really think there's a difference in it? I guess you might get more rolls with the smooth edge die. We'll go with the smooth edge die and see what's up with that. But here we are. Down here. And I guess... Oh... Yeah, we want... For me, I'm looking for a high die roll. High die roll. Although, let me see. -1. Oh. Well, +1 of insurgency, so it looks to me like I'm looking for a low die roll. -2 for an entrenchment. So let me see here. A low die roll. Yeah. We don't want the blues results. We want these low results there. So looking for a low die roll for this attack. And the old battling box. Well, we got a nice spin on it, but what number is it spinning on? Oh, not good for me. Ouch. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, where's the pencil and the needle on our pen? Down here underneath the 6 column. 6 column. Make sure we're there. Yep. All right, now wait, hold on. There was a -1 on that die roll, though, right? Yeah, it was -2. There's a -1, so it's only a 5. So you have to go up 1. Oh, Yep, we're there. Alright, and we will meet right here. But it is a bad result for us still. We take a step loss, and what's the blue mean? Oh, defender units must retreat. Ouch. Alright, well here you go. First battle. First turn, first game, and it's over already. Oh, all right. Let me look at these results. Look at the retreat results, because, like I said, if I was the enemy, I would have put those insurgents there. Now the key is, you know what? We are entrenched, so we might be able to ignore retreat results. Yeah. Sounds good to me. We'll see if the rules agree. We'll be right back. All right. Ground units that occupy a city and entrenchments or a fortification can ignore all retreat results, and they do not have to take a step loss to remain in the hex. That's what we want to see. Ground units adjacent to cities and or fortifications do have to retreat if called. Well, yeah, because they're next to it, they're not in it. The owning player can take an so in this game you can take a step loss in lieu of retreating. Fortunately for us, we're dug in. Let me see, these are both Poseidon units. The one on the bottom is step loss. He'll take the hit down there in the, well, let me get y'all zoomed in here. Do a Las Vegas base camp. There you go. Full strength unit on top. Entrenchment. We will live to fight another day. Bad news, and that was a good die roll too. So that gives me good hope there. That trench, when it comes time for our battle. Yeah, that's about. I don't know what else you could do. Look down on the next result. The next result would have been the same thing. So we are good to go for their first attack. The most we can maybe do is lose a step loss. Huh. Very interesting. All right, now we have this what is called a reserve movement. So we have survived the initial attack, but we did suffer casualties. Insurgent reserve. Let's try that one again. Insurgent reserve movement coming up next. All right, like I said, we're up in the reserve. Oh, sorry about that. Reserve. Ooh, we can hardly move this thing when you zoom in. Reserve movement phase. And that has to do with armor units mostly. But since we don't have armor units on here, there is a insurgency reserve rule. So all these units underneath here, underneath the orange, can move 2 hexes in almost any terrain. They can't stop in a town or a population center. Now, if I was the communist, I'm putting hits on that entrenchment zone. So he's going to take another hit coming up, hopefully on the next turn. The old, where's the marker? Where's a good pointer when you need one? What would that thing? Oh, here it is. All right. So, what was I saying? All right, there's 3 attack factors here. If he attacks me, he's going to attack at low odds or even odds. And we just seen on a 2-to-1, it's tough. So I don't think I want to do anything fancy because, like I said, I'm still inflicting hits on him with some good die rolls. He can bring it on. Let him attack me all he wants. I'm thinking they might get some air support, but I don't think that's going to do much. We'll see what happens with that. The big debate is, do I want to move my insurgency units, these units here that are under these orange markers? I can do something fancy, like come on out here and maybe block him in his zone of control, although insurgency units can go through zones of control, so that won't really lock him in. Long story short, I see no benefit in moving my insurgency units. Everybody just needs to be around here, take care of him. The burden's on him to break the siege. So, yeah, I was the communist player, and we'll see how my opponent plays it. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't move. So, therefore, we would go over to the second insurgency disbandment phase. Now that could have its benefits. I could get rid of these insurgency units and bring them back on. I get insurgency reserve points every time I take them off, so they can just dissolve into the population. They won't be attacked. They won't take any hits, but my remaining regular units will be attacked with less defense. So I don't think dissolving or disbanding any of my insurgents makes any sense right now. Like I said, this is mostly a siege battle, a real simple battle. We just need to take that spot there. Now you do get points for eliminating units, but I don't see any threat here with Contras. They're not that strong, so we are not going to disband. We are not going to move my insurgents. Helicopter transport don't apply. The next is return to base don't apply. Demolition don't apply. Repair don't apply. Reinforcement don't apply. There ain't no reinforcements. So therefore, we are all the way down here. And I don't know why they have a blank, but they do. I guess I had to fill in the space because it's the end of it. They didn't make it even. Right there. So we are going to the Allied supply phase. And here is where we will place an out of supply marker. Now, unless we're going to read this, we're going to read up on this, but unless there's anything about a entrenchment marker or something like that being a source of supply, he is out of supply. He cannot attack, and he has his movement and defense values halved, I think. So there you go. What we're finding out here is just scenario number one, the Bloody March, really depends on these insurgency units. If you can roll and get two of them there, put them in that spot, that definitely does it for you. We will continue. I'm going to look over some rules, but just giving you a little drop in here on this military exercises and preparation. I sent them an email last night, told them I'm pretty well ready to go for all intents and purposes for this scenario. I've yet to hear back. Crickets. But like I said, usually I give them 2 or 3 days. You don't hear from them after that, then it's usually a bride left at the altar type of deal. We've had that happen on Vassal, that is for sure. So we'll let you go. We're going to call this a video. Just thought I'd give you an update. Having a great time with Victory Games. I'm really glad I pulled this game out. Killer game, people. See you at the... Don't forget about that Dragoons. Sorry about that phone call. Don't forget about that Armchair Dragoons tournament or convention. I'm looking forward to that. 3-day convention. Good time to be off work. Oh, and there's other conventions going along, but I think St. Louis has got one. I forgot what it is. I'll have to check it out. I think they got one coming up here within a weekend or so, but it's not really a wargaming convention, but I think they got war games included, but we'll see. Want to get to our first convention if we have the time. Be back. All right, well, I was producing the video and sitting around thinking, and the first thing I thought of was this rule here. All units in supply the first turn. So that will take my unit out of supply. But a caveat above that, over and above that rule, is this. If you look down in here, and this is something I just asked myself earlier in the video, if you would have checked it out, is Allied supply sources is a CIA, FDN, and ARDE entrenchments. Wow, did we get away with that one? Captured undamaged ports and stuff, all that good stuff, but man, is that not a... So, before we end the video, that takes me out of that one. That helps a lot. That definitely helps a lot. So we'll take advantage of the rules. And the entrenchment is a supply source. Wow, that is great. All right, we'll call that a video. Having fun here, getting on with it, and going by the book. Game integrity intact.